There are words, and then there are words that haunt, the kind that echo in her mind long after you're gone. Not because of what you said, but how it made her feel. Most guys don't get this. They throw out compliments like candy on Halloween. You're gorgeous. Nice dress. Your eyes are amazing. Nice? Sure. Memorable? Not a chance. But here's the truth. A woman doesn't fantasize about how rich you are. She fantasizes about how you made her feel alive. She remembers the one who made her skin tingle. The one who looked at her like she was the only woman in the world. The one who said something so unexpected, so personal, it stirred something deep inside her. That's what this is about. Because once you say the right thing at the right moment, you stop being just a guy. You become the one she can't stop thinking about. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 dangerously seductive compliments. Not cheesy pickup lines, not flattery, but words that pull her in and keep her up at night. Use them wisely, because once you do, she'll never look at you the same way again. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe for more raw, stoic truth. Let's get into it. Compliment 1. There's something about you that drives me crazy. But I can't quite figure it out. There's something about you that drives me crazy. But I can't quite figure it out. There's something about her. You feel it before you even know it. That magnetic, invisible pull. The kind of energy that makes you lean in without thinking, that raises your heart rate, tightens your chest, makes the room feel smaller. Like it's just the two of you. And the craziest part? You don't know why. It's not her smile, though it's stunning. It's not her body, though it's a masterpiece. It's something else. Something you can't name. And that's exactly what makes it powerful. So you say it, not like a line, not like a compliment you rehearsed in the mirror, but like a thought that just slips out. Raw, honest, unfiltered. There's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. Suddenly, the air shifts. You've just changed everything, because now you've done more than flatter her. You've given her a mystery, and women can't resist a mystery when it's about them. Now she's wondering, what is it? What does he see in me that no one else does? Why can't he explain it? You've planted a question in her head. And questions like that, they don't go away overnight. They echo. They linger. That's the beginning. The moment she stops seeing you as just a guy. The moment she starts feeling you, even when you're not around. Because here's the truth. Women don't just want to be admired. They want to be wanted. Not politely, not passively, but in a way that feels wild, irrational, uncontrollable. They want to feel like their presence alone can make a man forget his logic, lose his grip, fall apart. When you say this line and mean it, you're telling her that she's not just beautiful. She's dangerous. She's intoxicating. She's unforgettable. And here's the secret. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it. Picture this. You're sitting next to her. The conversation flows. She's laughing. That real kind of laugh. And you're holding back. Just a little. But the tension is building. There's that spark in her eyes, that mischief, that challenge. Then the silence comes. That golden second where everything slows down. You lean in. Just a little. Not enough to break the space, but just enough to charge it. You lower your voice. You say it slow, deliberate, unapologetic. There's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. Then you pull back. No explanations. No smirk, just silence. Let the words settle, let her feel them, and trust me, she will. She might laugh, roll her eyes, say you're crazy, but when she's alone in bed staring at the ceiling, she'll replay it again and again. The tone of your voice, the way your eyes looked at her, like she was rare, like she was dangerous, like she had something no one else did. And the kicker, you didn't finish the thought. You left it hanging, letting her fill in the blanks herself. That's what hooks her. Because when a woman imagines what you mean, she invests in the story. And the more she imagines, the deeper she falls. Because here's what most men don't get. Ordinary compliments are like cheap cologne. They wear off fast. You're hot. You have great eyes. Nice, but forgettable. Why? Because she's heard them all before, from guys who meant well but left no impression. They were safe, predictable, too easy. But when you drop a line that confuses her, that unsettles her, in a beautiful way, you stick, you stand out, you stay in her mind. Women are emotional. They don't just want to be noticed. They want to be felt. They want to feel like their very presence can mess with a man's rhythm. And this line, it tells her exactly that she's already started to take up space in your head, that she's doing something to you, and you don't even know what it is. That's the kind of thing women fantasize about at night. So the next time you see her, watch her eyes. There'll be something different there. A curiosity, a hunger, a need to know what you meant, but don't give her the answer. Hold the mystery, let her chase it, because the longer she wonders, the deeper she falls. So tell me this, have you ever met a woman who made you feel something you couldn't explain? Not just attraction, but that deep, haunting pull, like she was already inside your mind? Drop it in the comments. Let's see how many of us have felt that same fire. And if this lesson hit home for you, smash that like button, subscribe to the Stoic Spirit, and share this with a man who needs to hear it. This is the Stoic Spirit. Stay sharp, stay centered, and never be forgettable. Compliment 2. Damn! You're dangerous. Stunning. Dangerous. That's what turns the game on its head, because while she's used to men calling her pretty, she's not used to being framed as a threat, as someone who could wreck a man's self-control. And when that comes from a guy who's usually composed, it hits different. It lands deep. There's something intoxicating about being told you're dangerous, especially when it doesn't sound planned. When it sounds like it slipped out, like you weren't supposed to say it, like it scared you a little. That's when she feels it. In her stomach, in her chest. A heat crawling up her neck as she tries to act like those words didn't just change everything. Because they did. But here's the catch. You don't say this in passing. You don't throw it out like a pickup line. You say it at the right moment. When she leans in a little too close. When her laughter lingers just a bit longer. When she says something teasing. Something that stirs you. You meet her eyes. Let the tension breathe. And in a low, steady voice, you say, I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous. Then you stop. Let the silence speak. Let her wonder what you mean. Because now she's no longer evaluating you, you're evaluating her. You've flipped the power dynamic. And trust me, women love that. Every woman wants to feel like she could make a man lose his composure. That just by being herself, she's chaos in a pretty dress. That you're holding on by a thread, and she's the reason why. This compliment tells her exactly that. You're not just saying she's attractive, you're saying she's tempting. She's a risk. She's the fire you know you shouldn't touch, but can't stop reaching for. And what happens next? She starts thinking, why did he say that? What does he see in me? Is he scared of me or obsessed? And those thoughts, they linger, they loop, they replay in the quiet hours of the night. That's when she starts fantasizing, not just about how you look, but about how you made her feel, like the temptation, like the problem, like she's the one driving you crazy. And here's the genius move. When she asks what you meant, because she will, you don't explain. You just smile, shake your head slowly and say, you know exactly what I mean. Then change the subject. Move on like it never happened. Now she's stuck in that moment, heart pounding, lips parted like she was about to ask something, but didn't. And it's too late. The mystery is planted, and it's growing inside her. So if you're wondering when to use this, use it once. Use it well, and walk away like it meant nothing. Because when it looks like you're unaffected, that's when it affects her the most. Have you ever said something that caught her off guard and saw the spark in her eyes change? Drop your story in the comments below. Let's trade notes like men who know the deeper game. And if this moment hit you like a truth you've always known but never put into words, hit that like button. Subscribe to the Stoic Spirit and share this video with a man who still thinks compliments are just about beauty. This is the Stoic Spirit. Stay in control, stay unpredictable, and never chase. Compliment 3. You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you. Validation. Compliment 3. You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you. That's not just a compliment, it's a confession. The kind that slips out when the tension is so thick you could cut it with a whisper. It doesn't feel rehearsed, it feels raw, unfiltered, like you lost your grip for just 1 second. And that's exactly what makes it unforgettable. Most men play it safe. You're so pretty. I love your smile. Nice, sure, but forgettable. What a woman remembers is the moment you let your walls down. Not completely, just enough to show her she affects you. That her presence stirs something in you that you weren't ready for. When you look her in the eyes, breathe out like you're holding something back, and say, "You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not reach for you." That's when everything shifts, because now she feels it. The gravity, the hunger beneath the surface, the restraint you're fighting to hold on to. And women, they don't just crave confidence. They're drawn to that moment when a man loses a bit of control, but still holds the line. It tells her she's dangerous. Not in a scary way, but in the way that makes a man question himself. That's the power of this compliment. You're showing her that she has an effect on you, that you feel it deeply, and you're choosing to resist. That choice, that's what drives her wild. Because now she's wondering, what if he didn't hold back? What if he lost control just once? What would that feel like? And the more she imagines it, the more she wants it. But here's the trick. You don't act on it. You don't touch her. You don't move closer. You leave those words hanging in the air. You change the subject, like nothing happened. And just like that, you've rewired her mind. Later that night when she's lying in bed, she won't just be thinking about you. She'll be feeling you, the way your voice dipped, the look in your eyes, the way your hands tensed just barely like they were aching to move. And the best part? You never touched her. You didn't need to, because now you live in her thoughts. You've become the moment she replays again and again. So next time you're with her, don't say what's expected. Don't compliment her like every other man. Say something real, something she'll feel long after you're gone.